Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Leaders Tech Teach series that Learners PU has started. It is about meeting the great personality and learning from them. As you all know, the whole country, the whole world is going through this pandemic where it is so difficult to analyze how to be, how to behave, how to look forward in the future. As we all know, any question that we come across, our elders say, open Bhagavad Gita, you will get a solution there. But in that book also, I don't think we have any solution for such a pandemic. So this is our leaders, the present leaders of our India, who can definitely guide us how to move forward in such a pandemic situation. So we had the first session with Mr. K. Dinesh. We were very grateful to have him and listen to his wise words. And in the same series, now we have Mr. BABAR sir, who will be joining us to share his wisdom and guide us through this pandemic and give his wonderful thought about to the students, teachers, parents, all the community. We are very happy, BABAR sir. Welcome to our session.
Thank you.
So I also welcome all the students of Learners PU College, right from the first batch to the present batch, all have logged in. And I would like to welcome all the parents who have been encouraging Learners PU College to this great height. I also welcome all the teachers, faculties, the basic pillars of Learners PU College. I also welcome all the different student community from different schools, colleges, parents, teachers, and not only English teacher, we have different subject teachers also who are excited to hear you. I welcome all of you, and I also welcome the press people to this special session. So let us start this session with the invocation song by one of our student, Rakshita. So I request to switch the session between Rakshita so that we can hear a wonderful invocation song from her to start this beautiful session. Thank you. Yes, Rakshita, you can start your prayer, dear.
विघ्नेश्वराणि नगे प्रथम प्रणाम स्मरिसुवे निन्नय दिव्य नाम विघ्नेश्वराणि नगे प्रथम प्रणाम स्मरिसुवे निन्नय दिव्य नाम विघ्न विनाशक बुद्धि प्रदायक विद्येय नीडो श्री वरदायक बुद्धि प्रदायक विद्येय नीडो श्री वरदायक चरण कमल निन्न पूजिपे अनुदिन चरण कमल निन्न पूजिपे अनुदिन पावन गोळिसो श्री शांति राम पावन गोळिसो श्री शांति धाम विघ्नेश्वर निनगे प्रथम प्रणाम स्मरिसुवे निन्नय दिव्य नाम गंगाधर सुत चंद्र सुधाकर मंगल हरिसो श्री शुभदायक भव सागर अनुदाटलो अनुदिन भव सागर अनुदाटलो अनुदिन साधन वेदव तारक नाम साधन वेदव तारक नाम विघ्नेश्वर निनगे प्रथम प्रणाम स्मरिसुवे निन्नय दिव्य नाम विघ्नेश्वर निनगे प्रथम प्रणाम प्रथम प्रणाम प्रथम प्रणाम
Thank you, Rakshita. It's really nice, and we feel very happy that we have such talented students academically as well as co-curricular wise. Thank you, Rakshita, dear. So I would like to welcome all the students and the teachers and the parents. As I said, it's a great thing, and we would like to introduce our great guest today. And we thought all the time, since it's a virtual interaction, we will also introduce Sir virtually. So we came out with this thought wherein we requested one of our students, Sanjana, who came out with a PPT and an audio incorporated PPT to introduce Babar Ali sir. So we thought let us give it a try by introducing sir through such a different way of introduction. So I request our team to please play that. Share screen. Huh?
Morning everyone, this is Sanjana Hudson and I'm here to brief you all about the great personality present here. Education is the single most important necessity today, probably the fourth basic necessity. Some believe that sole education will get us nowhere. Integrity and practical skills are more important in surviving out there. The great man once said, knowledge is just potential power. To make it kinetic, you need to know about how to apply it in real life. There is one such living example, Babar Ali. Babar Ali, born on 18 March 1993, is the teacher from Murshidabad in West Bengal. He was called the youngest headmaster in the world by BBC in October 2009 at the age of 16. Babar Ali as a student Babar Ali as a student enrolled Babar Ali, as a student, enrolled himself in the government-run Coaching Bazaar Raj Gobind Sundari Vidyapeeth, where he pursued his class 12. Babar Ali was a studious, smart, and austere person, a model student to whom each and every student would look up to. He says, when I was a student of class 5, I felt an urgency in my heart to do something extraordinary, something uncommon for the poverty-stricken people of my country. Babar Ali, at the age of 9, while returning from his school, saw a few kids working in the fields. He was lucky that his father was a jute trader and could send him to school, an opportunity that not many kids in the school would have had. This is how a Babar's makeshift school started under a guava tree in his own. Every day, a few kids would wait for him to return from his school. He, being a dedicated teacher, would come back straight from his school and would teach all that was taught in the school to the students. Babar Ali started the school at the mere age of 9. In fact, his school was named Anand Shiksha Niketan. His school grew out of a game called School School. Babar Ali says, my friends had never seen in school, so they enjoyed playing as students. They ended up in learning arithmetic and also enjoyed it. Babar Ali says, I am convinced that nothing can stand against firm conviction, firm determination, and firm will. He also says that we must have a motto in our life. We must do something extraordinary in this human life. We must leave a mark on the soil on the earth.
Escape.
Okay. Okay, so I think this was a different way of introducing sir. We tried our best. As we are going virtually, let us also have an introduction in the virtual way. So I hope you all understood and enjoyed what we give the introduction. Thank you, Sanjana HM, for creating such a beautiful PPT with the audio. I really appreciate your effort. So next in the agenda, we have sir. Murli sir, our founder member of the institution, would like to share with you few features that we have incorporated in Learners PU College. Sir, I request you to please speak about it.
Ellarigu namaskara. Mr. Babar Ali, namaste.
Namaste.
My dear students, teachers and parents and all our well-wishers. Good morning. Today, it is a great day. We have such a wonderful personality among us, all of us, that too virtually, Mr. Babar Ali. It's my great pleasure to also welcome many people from different locations. So when we launched our Learners Digital Platform, I mentioned this pandemic, even though it is a crisis, it is giving us an opportunity to connect people irrespective of any boundaries. So in this scenario, through Learners Digital Platform, as all of you know that we launched this platform on April 26th. Our Infosys founder, Mr. K. Dinesh, launched this platform. So I mentioned that using this platform, we can bring people from across the world. So our students are already benefiting all of those things. We had Mr. Mariadas teaching computer science for all our kids from USA. And recently, Mr. Mrutyunjay Mishra, an IITian and a PhD graduate from Indian Institute of Science, he delivered classes, chemistry classes for all our PU students from Uttar Pradesh, UP, Allahabad. And we have Dr. Nitin, a final year student of MBBS, who has been delivering classes for a couple of years for our students, but now he is in Bangalore. But because of this virtual platform, he is able to deliver the classes for our students, biology classes. So like that, now this event is happening because of one person, that is Mr. Abhishek Palo. So he is a consultant with Accenture and worked in Infosys and many other companies in Sweden, Europe, many countries. But so he is the man behind of this initiative. I want all students to know the Google Forms. Everybody created a wonderful videos. Each and every student created a beautiful videos. And then within seconds, Mr. Abhishek Paulo was creating all these Google Forms and sharing with all of you to communicate this good message to all the people, surrounding our community, friends, relatives, students, etc. So he is the man behind for conceptualizing this entire event, for using the Google Forms, etc. Last time, to tell you frankly, we had a lot of issues in communicating to the people, but with the help of this Google Forms, with his expertise and guidance, we can reach out to many people very easily. So like that, virtually we can do a lot of things. I can go and all list, but I must tell today, with the inspiration of Mr. Babar Ali, I'm sure there are many Babar Alis amongst you. So we want to really encourage such kind of people. I still remember the Babar Ali when he visited Children's Day about 2 years back in Kala Mandir. We had such a wonderful event in person. He participated in this. He spent with us about 3 days in Mysore. I still have all that memories with me today, irrespective of all these constraints, but still he is amongst us. And taking inspiration from Mr. Babar Ali, so I know many of you, okay, you have such kind of talent, especially when you people created all these videos. I felt that what a talent these kids have got. So we are going to today, I'm announcing this initiatives, 2 initiatives: learners mentor learners and learners teach learners. So these are the 2 initiatives that we will be starting, keeping in mind the people like Dr. Nitin, Mrutyunjay Mishra, such kind of talented people, and students among our students. We have lot of good talents. So learners teach learners, their friends actually, through learners digital platform. In learners digital platform, we have we started a beautiful course that is known as Math Foundation course. As all of you know, most of your friends, or amongst you also, might be facing some difficulties with the maths. So we have come up with a beautiful process or methodology to make mathematics very, very easy. We will identify what is that troubling people in mathematics. Once we identify, the solution is very, very easy. When we go to the doctor, first doctor diagnoses what is the problem. Once you know
बाबर
the
अली
problem,
ऑनलाइन देख ले
so this Math Foundation course,
बाबर अली
we want to
वर्ड
we want
मास्टर
so learners teaching learners. Okay, more details about the scheme we'll be giving it later. So with this, once again I want to welcome Mr. Babar. I know all of you have been eagerly waiting to hear from Mr. Babar, so I will hand over the forum to madam to take it forward. Babar, all our students, faculty, everybody is excited to hear from you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I know there are a lot of there are a lot of difficulties from your end, but in spite of that, we accepted our request and joining all of us here. Really appreciate that, Babar. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. I request all the other participants to keep their video and volume muted. It's a small request, and I hope you oblige. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for a wonderful inspiration, Murli sir and Babar sir.
One thing.
Okay, sir has something to add on.
Mr. Abhishek Paulo will be talking about learners digital platform little bit later after Mr. Babar Ali's talk. Just 1 or 2, 3 minutes. He will be summarizing this for you people. First, let us listen to Mr. Babar Ali.
Yes, sir. We all are excited to hear you. I just want to add a few more things about sir. Sir has been listed in Forbes Asia as being a social entrepreneur, and I think that's amazing because getting selected for Forbes is something which is we just hear about it, and we have a great person with us who has been enlisted in Forbes Asia. So it's a very great achievement. And if you all have read about sir, or if you know about sir, he always took everybody with him. It was never a journey where he felt that I should join the school and I should be only successful. He never had that thought. He had, yes, I should also be successful and my whole community also will be successful. And this reminds me of a great statement from the great leader of our own India, Mr. Ratan Tata, who always says that if you want to go fast, go alone, walk alone. But if you want to go far, walk together. And that's what the great dignity or the great thought Mr. Ratan Tata had in his life, wherein our India progressed because of his one thought that I want to walk together. And now we have Mr. Babar Ali sir also with the same thought that I don't want to walk alone. I want to walk together with the community. So really, sir, we appreciate your efforts and your thought. And I think the young generation should take this point as an inspiration. And with that, I hand over platform to Mr. Babar Ali sir to talk, address, and inspire our young minds. Over to you, sir.
So, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ? I hope you all are doing well. And respected director, principal, all the teachers, and my dear students, again, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Namaskar. So, today's topic is think positive, think future, and think learning. It is a fact that teachers find it extremely challenging to get students to think positive about learning many a times. Young people are going through several emotional situations all the time, and it does drag down their overall enthusiasm about learning, which in turn fuels negatively. There is nothing permanent in this world. Seasons change, situations change, people come and go, and all of us are aware of these things. Despite knowing the facts, we sometimes counter negatively with more negatively. So we must all realize that we must become lifelong learners and learn from every situation. The power of positive thinking is phenomenal. It has been proved that positive thinking leads to physical and mental wellness in most people. There are so many real life stories of people who have overcome critical conditions by their sheer attitude of positive thinking. Positive thinking leads to thinking about the future with a lot of hope, aspirations, and subtle determination, where the entire universe come forward to help and guide you in achieving your goals. In my life, I have faced several situations where I would feel depressed and have many negative thoughts. However, let me allow to share my own journey. So, I perhaps you already came to know that I am from Murshidabad in the state of West Bengal, and Murshidabad is one of the poorest district across the country. It is near Bangladesh border. Around 80 lakh people are living here. Still now there is no full-fledged university. So more than 17 years ago, that is in the year of 2002, the situation was worse. I noticed that some stray children wandered here and there like a sheep without a radar. I made up my mind to do something positive for these helpless children. So my father, Muhammad Nasiruddin, he admitted me 10 kilometers far away school. So after returning from my 10-kilometer far away school, I saw the children like my age. They are working in the fields or grazing cattle. Few of them they are collecting garbage as the rag pickers. Few of them they are working at the shop, and the girls they are working at their houses. So I collected 8 of them and started teaching in my family backyard. So there was no particular syllabus. Whatever I have learned from my own schools, I used to share with these students. Though at first I took it as my game, gradually it became my passion, my night's dream, and my heart. A number of students started this, and it became a dreamland for the helpless children. And it was named Anando Shiksha Niketan, the home of joyful learning. So now I am going to share two, three memorable incident with all of you. So when I was child, I mean, when I started my school in the year of 2002. So after my annual examination, that is in the in the month of April and 2003, one day I visited local Ramakrishna mission. And the idea came in my mind because when I was in primary school, that time Ramakrishna mission, they gave us clothes. So I thought that if I visit Ramakrishna mission, so that they can give us clothes and books to our students. So I, along with our 8 students, visited local Ramakrishna mission and asked the then headmaster monk, Swami Gyanalokanandaji, that I started a school. Can you please give us some clothes to our students? So at first he became amazed that how a small boy can run a school. So that day he did not give us the books or clothes. He promised me that one day I want to visit your school. I want to see your activity. Then I will help you. And he did that. Later he did that. But that day he gave me a book of Swami Vivekananda and advised me to read at least for 5 minutes in a day. And from that book, I got a quotation: service to man is service to God. It inspires me to continue my missions. And since my childhood, Swami Vivekananda, he is my role model. And when I was in the high school, I mean, when I was a student of Beldanga Kashim Bazar Raj Govinda Sundari Vidyapith, So, and when I was a student of class 6, every day I asked for the broken chalk from my school teacher. So one day she asked my classmates that why he is asking for broken chalks every day. Is he writing something in the school premises or in the blackboard? And our my classmates, they replied, no madam, he started a school and he became the headmaster of that school. And my madam, she became happy and came forward a full box of chalks. So these are the positive sides of my story. So today we are speaking about positivity. And you see, though I had to suffer much, struggle much, but I did not give up hope. I hoped against hope and fought tooth and nail to combat all the adversities. So when I founded my school, Anando Shiksha Niketan, the home of joyful learning, the village elders were very skeptic to educate their children, as because they were not educated themselves, and hence they used their children as a helping hand to send the students at our school. All there was so when I pursued to the parents to send the children at our school, the first question I was asked, how education will be important even who cannot afford 2 square meals a day, and to educate girls they will not find husbands. Actually the early marriage problem existed in our society, but I ignored all the criticism and went ahead with my plan. So nowadays there was a strong reservation in our society to send the girls children at our school, but nowadays at our school there is 60% is girls and 40% is boys. And not only that, over more 17 years, more than 60% is girls students got education from our school, and we are completely providing them free education since inception to till date. And my school, Ananda Shiksha Niketan, it is not only for the bookish knowledge. As I believe that education is not a bookish knowledge, not a pack of information, but it is man making. So we are trying to help them to stand their own feet, and we are in some extent we are successful, in some successful. So when I started my school with 80 students, and later many students joined at our institution to become a full-fledged, to make a
Nakul.
full-fledged institution. And among them, six girls after their degree education and teachers training degree education, they became the teacher at our school. But it was also difficult for them to get the education. And not only that, they are studying in they are in the higher getting their higher education, but we always trying to emphasis on man making education, because those these students not only getting the bookish knowledge, also how to become a good people who can positively impact our society. It is the most important characteristics for our institution. And and Murli sir already spoke about the Infosys. And in the year of 2009, when I was 16 years old, I was invited by TED. So TED India happened in Mysore Infosys campus, and I also invited there as the TED fellow. And later, they also invited me to speak there. So that time, I did not spoke in English. So I delivered my speech in Bengali, and someone from Bangladesh, our nearest country, he translated in English. And then I promised them that if I get an opportunity again, so that I can speak in English. So after that, over 1 year, I learned English through conversation, not from the book, but through conversation. And actually, when I was fifth standard, only that time I learned English alphabet from my father, not from the school. However, I did my double post graduation in English and history, and I want to be a student forever. Now, my dream is to establish an university at our area. Actually, I already mentioned in my speech that still now in my district there is no full-fledged university. And now I am convinced that nothing can stand against firm determination, firm conviction, and firm will. The only things you should have into your heart are courage, purity, honesty, and above all, love. Actually, I heard the call of love in the core of my heart and proceed and ultimately succeed. I think we should have the motto, we must do something extraordinary in the whole human life. We must leave a mark on the soil in this earth. And if you question me where is the fountain of all of my inspiration, energy, and enterprise, I shall say it is Swami Vivekananda. From him, I have learned the better we become, the greater our country will be. And the national ideals of India are renunciation and service. But somehow, mostly the younger generation, today we have been excessively preoccupied by the materialistic outlook. I mean, this is not for all, but somehow many of them. So, so we should shun this excessive desire for worldly things. We should look deep into our heart with a selfless, guiltless, and stainless heart. We should renounce our earthly pleasure to the people who are still unfed, unclothed, and unsheltered. With muscles of iron and nerves of steel, we should conquer all the miseries of life. These two lines should be embossed on the tablet of our mind. Mileage to go before I sleep, and mileage to go before I sleep. However, education for all with equal opportunity, it is my dream, but it is not only possible for me. If the peoples, if the students, if the youth like you can come forward for the children who are still need education, then only it is possible. And nowadays, during this pandemic session, we are we have so many problems, and we know even I am also facing lots of difficulties. I am also getting some negative thoughts sometimes, but we need to overcome with all these problems with positivity. Thank you, Murli sir and principal madam and all the faculties of Learners PU College for arranging such a great event, though it is virtual because we have no scope now. But really, I am happy, and thanks to all of you for this wonderful session. Now we can start interaction, and so I am really happy to join this session. Thank you very much, and Wanda and Galu.
Thank you, sir. I think it's a wonderful inspiration, and the truthfulness that you shared at the end, that even you get sometimes negative thought. Let me tell you, sir, everybody right now, however we think of positive, once in a while that negative thought will come because of everybody's life is topsy-turvy right now. So thanks for sharing your opinion very frankly, and definitely we'll take up the question answers, and Trupti ma'am will be taking over the question answer. I am telling that only.
Oh.
So no, sir is curious because he had one more mind. See, our sir is always innovative. When we have an agenda, he wants to always improvise it, and that's the reason why, like, sir is like, okay, Madhvi ma'am, you announce this also, this is also. So he has one more thought, and this leaders teach series that we started. In that series, we have already roped in one more person, one more great personality, which I would like to announce now. And then we'll start with the question answer series. So that's what sir was telling me, that you please announce, ma'am. So definitely I have not forgotten. I'll announce that. So in that series, the part 3 series, we'll be having Mr. Nishant Gautam sir, who has authored a book called as The Science of People Performance. And it's an amazing book, and he's an amazing personality when it comes to any circumstances in the life. I think through this pandemic, to give us that positive hope about, yes, we can do things better way. He is amazing. Of course, we have such great leaders we are listening today, and we heard Sir K. Dinesh sir also yesterday. It's really inspiration for us how to handle things. And I would just read out a small content that sir has shared, because I cannot handle this word by myself. They're amazing things. So I'll just read it. Bear with me. It's a book, The Science of People Performance, which provides valuable insight and workable tools and technique. The book takes the reader through the core concepts of personal transformation and supports them in implementation of these concepts. The speciality of the book is that it not only inspires individuals to better themselves, but also provides simple and tangible tools that can be applied on a day-to-day basis. So the tool are self-help manuals, which provide a simple way of applying this in every action. These tools, when implemented daily in various facets of life and course correction duly made, will result in personal transformation. One of the key tools that the book offers is how to become extraordinary performer, which is the most relevant for students' generation in this competitive world. So this is the content, this is the essence of the book, and the author, Mr. Nishant Kumar Gautam sir will be speaking to us. So we will fix the schedule and we are going to announce you on that. Sir has already fixed the schedule. Can I announce it?
Yes.
So sir has already fixed the schedule. It is on July 26th, morning 10 to 11. So we'll be sending you the invitation. The interested people can enroll and we'll be sharing the invitation for you. So, yes, sir. So this is what is all about the next tech series. And we also have Mr. Abhishek Palo roped in, and he would like to address about this online, all the digital platform, learners digital platform. And I request after that Trupti ma'am to be ready with the question answers that all the participants have given to us. So over to Abhishek Palo, sir.
Hello. Hello, everyone, and thank you. Am I audible now?
Yes. Can you switch on your video, please?
Thank you. Yes. Yes. So thank you, everyone, and most importantly, thank you, Mr. BABAR Ali sir, to join us in a virtual meet. And thank you, Murli sir, for the introduction, which I don't know if I deserve at this time, but that was really wonderful of you to introduce me to this larger audience. Now, I just wanted to say that we are very excited for this Learners Digital program, and the reason is because of this pandemic, it gives us an opportunity to connect to all the people wherever they are in this entire, in this country or this world. And there have been some amazing responses. What the current students or the current learners digitals have given us. So one of the important things that we have already conceptualized in 2011, but the digitally we went a couple of years back, was the math foundation course. Now, we all believe that maths becomes a very foundation the moment to the future courses. So our intention is let everyone get an opportunity to learn, and we will help them to learn the basics. So we are committed for the assessment, and based on the assessment, we will also have a personalized trainer and a one-to-one mentorship. And this comes from the very beginning that we believe that everyone can learn and everyone has the skills to do good. So that is our humble philosophy, and that's where we stand. And we all welcome you to try out this in Learners digital platform. So it's an open assessment test in the website, so everybody can log in and take advantage of it. And I humbly submit to this honest confession from Mr. Babar Ali sir that knowledge is the power and will remain the power to in the future as well. So thank you, Babar Ali sir, for giving us this opportunity to even see you, and it was great. So over to you, Madhvi ma'am. We can continue with the questions. I guess people will be excited to ask a lot of questions to sir. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Abhishek.
Thank you, Abhishek.
Thank you.
So yes, definitely all our people are excited to frame their own questions and get the answer from sir. so that they can resolve their problems in their life. So I request Trupti ma'am to please take over and trouble a little bit to Mr. Babar Ali. So over to Trupti ma'am. Trupti ma'am is our physics faculty and a very responsible faculty and a very favorite faculty, let me tell you. So I hope ma'am is there. She's there. Yeah. So over to
Good
ma'am.
morning, sir. Good morning, sir. I'm Tripti from Learners PU College, Mysore. I'm physics faculty.
On your video,
I'm
ma'am.
glad to ask.
She's on her video?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Now, yes.
Good morning, sir. I'm Tripti from Learners PU College, Mysore, and I'm working as a physics faculty. I'm glad to ask you questions on behalf of my students and faculty. Your first question asked by Nishchita, Alvin, Bhanukumar, Tripti, Soundarya, and Tanusha is, what is the secret behind your success?
Okay. Sir, you call and tell. Sir, it is muted. Can you unmute yourself, sir?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you can
Yes.
repeat once.
Okay. I got it. So I already mentioned in my speech that now I am convinced that nothing can stand against firm determination, firm conviction, and firm will. And the only things you should have into your heart are courage, purity, honesty, and above all, love. So actually, I heard the call of love in the core of my heart, and I proceed and ultimately succeed. So these all things help me to continue my mission.
Well, great to hear about your steps behind your success, sir. The second question asked by Kirtana, Kritika, Ashish, Tejashwini, Snehashri, Lekhana, Bindushri, Gahan, Alina is, who is your inspiration to become like such a noble person?
So when I started my school, I uh, myself is the inspiration. So I thought for others that I myself getting the education, and later many people, my parents and others came forward to help me. And you know that over after 1 years after reading of Swami Vivekananda's his messages, his books, and his works, he became my inspiration. And since then, Swami Vivekananda, he is my inspiration.
Wow, nice to know that such an influential philosopher and social reformer is your inspiration. Your third question, asked by Santanayattan Aryan Govardhan, is, how are you able to do all the wonders which you have done in your age where a person's mind is most unstable?
So I will speak for determination. So determination, then time utilization and time management. So utilization of time was the most important thing in my life. Since my childhood, I always utilized my time in a proper way. So in the morning I was the student, afternoon I became the teacher, and I myself created an responsibility that along with my own students to gain more knowledge, and I need to teach others, because learning, it is not only coming from the bookish knowledge. If you can share, if you can with others, you will gain more knowledge. So utilization of time, it was the most important thing, and I always tried to maintain these things, utilization of time. So it helps me a lot, utilization of time.
Amazing, sir. Your fourth question, asked by Divyarani, Basivaraju, Shujin, Manish Singh, Karthik, Raghunath, and Sukrita is, what is your view about current students in the society?
I think students are fine, but the educational institutions and the systems, there are some complicated, these are some complicated issue. On the other hand, you see, your parents, your teachers, and your grandparents, their experience with the teachers, what kind of relationship existed between teachers and students those days, and now what kind of situations are now. So we need to make a good relation between students and teachers. And you know that and the teachers are the best example, as we always think that teachers are friend, philosopher, and guide. So they are the best motivator along with the parents. So so actually there is some communication nowadays in not only the present education system, also there is a relation between the relationship. There is a communication gap. We need to bring a good relationship between teachers and students and all the community, so that it will be much better.
After hearing your words, I feel that there is a lot more to learn from you, sir. Your fifth question, asked by Sanjana, Maulya, Vishal, Manjunath, and Nasamurthy is, what was the feeling when you were awarded with Indian Iconic Award?
Of course, any kind of award, it elated me, or I am feeling happy. So, but these awards makes me more responsible to do more work for our country, as well as to fulfill my dream, education for all with equal opportunity.
Winning the award is not so easy, but you have done it, sir. Lots of appreciation from our end, and you are our inspiration too, sir. Your sixth question, asked by Minugu, Vinay KS, Jasenia, is how to control our mind when we are under stress.
Okay, so believe yourself. All the powers are within you. So believe yourself. This is the most important thing, that you can achieve everything. And all the problems, some problems are created by man's only. Okay, and some problems it is for the time being only. So all the powers is within you. You can resolve your own problem, and rather and along with that, if you feel feeling stress or anxiety or anything, you can share your problems with your friends, with your parents, with your teachers. And I hope that in this society many people, many good people are there who can also help you, who can also stand behind you to resolve your problems. Many people are existed now. I already mentioned that during this pandemic session I also felt so many problems, and but I shared it with my parents. I shared it with Murli sir. I shared it with many of my well wishers, and these kinds of good peoples, they also came forward to help me. But above all, believe yourself that all the powers are within you, and you need to realize this word, that all the powers are within you. The realization and then actualization, it is the most important thing. Realize it.
Nowadays, most of the people will be under stress. After hearing your words, they'll get to know how to tackle it, sir. Your seventh question, asked by Sakshi, Mallikarjun, Giant KS, is to what extent should the students limit their other activities to stick to their education?
Um, can you please repeat again?
To what extent should the students limit their other activities to stick to their education?
You see, if I give my example, okay, I learned much better to share my lessons with others. So you see, education, of course, the bookish knowledge is important thing to learn, to learn more. But rather than, if we become the more practical, theoretical rather than theoretical knowledge, if you become more practical, it is the most essential things in your life. So be practical also. My answer is be practical. So you can create a all-round development, and the holistic education and the emotional and social matter, it is much more. as I believe.
Well said, sir. We have to be practical. Your eighth question, asked by Alka, Aryan, Shrestha, and Nagesh, is what was your biggest challenge?
So since my childhood, I have faced lots of challenges. So when I started my school, actually my father, my father, he had an ambition to see me as an administrative officer. So when I started my school, he felt that if I share my own lessons with others, maybe my own education will be hampered. So few days, so he warned me not to continue this work, but I did the same thing at a nearby village jungle. But my mother, he always inspired me. So again, when my father came to know that my son is doing the same work, and one day he asked to a retired degree college principal that my son is doing this work, can I allow him? And he told that yes, he is doing a good work. If he can do good for the society, God will help him. So my father, he also became convinced. So at first it was difficult for me to convince my father. Then it was difficult for me to convince the parents that what is the importance of education, to bring them in the field of education, to collect the funds, to collect the books. Even many of my teachers, they also discouraged me that you are spoiling your own education, you are spoiling your own life. It looks like that. And you know that the place where I am belonging from, there are lots of problems, the religious problem, religious barriers, societal problems, economical problems, and it was a mental challenge for me also since my childhood. So I had to suffer much, struggle much, but I did not give up hope. I hoped against hope and fought tooth and nail to combat all the adversities. So, and there were lots of conspiracy, lots of problems. It was created by many peoples, but so these kinds of problems I have faced since my childhood to since inception. It is so these are the problems.
Your words strike our minds so very well that we will be able to face challenges in our lives, sir. Your next question, asked by Darshan, Akshata, is if you had not become a teacher, then what else you wanted to be?
Yes, you see, my father, he had an ambition to see me as an administrative officer, but I am the and the passionate teacher. So, so I don't think anything rather than to become a teacher and a learner. That is, I want to be a student forever.
This shows your dedication, determination, and passion towards your goals, sir. That's great. Your next question, asked by Rakshita, Vittal, Mansi, and Sukrit, is how to involve the students while class is going on.
So take the students into your confidence, know them very well, raise questions during your teaching, and there should be an interaction session, create friendly atmosphere, should not lose patience, and see the class is lively, be humorous, give chance to all students to answer. So not only an attitude, and not only an attitude, also that how the teachers are reacting in his class. This is the most important thing. Along with this,
This makes me and my faculties to improve our methodologies, sir. And your last question is, why do we need exams? Why is it necessary to study everything even if we are not interested in few subjects?
you see, this is our system, and of course we need to, you see, the most important thing is number, the marks, it does not vary. Yes, in many aspects marks is mandatory, but I think that marks is not is the main thing, as I believe. Okay,
Please continue.
examination is okay, but why we are giving these examinations? Because to obtain marks. If it is only to achieve marks, then you cannot learn so many. Only for achieving marks, then there is the problem. But if you want to gain the knowledge, then it is necessary.
Nice, sir. I hope all my students got their answers. I'm blessed because I got a chance of asking questions to the world's youngest headmaster, and I'm damn sure that our students got inspired by your words. And I thank Murli sir and Madhi ma'am for giving me an opportunity to speak. Thank you once again.
And I am sorry, my English is not good, but I hope the students and the faculty, they can understood my feelings, that what I wanted to tell. But I hope they can understood.
I'm sure, I'm very positive all our students and the teachers and the parents have understood it, because when we speak, it's the purity of the heart that reaches us. And I'm sure, sir, we all have connected. I request Trupti ma'am to please keep the video on and all the other team members to join at the back. And you all can just say hello to Babar Ali sir. It's a great opportunity. And ma'am, can you just move your video little backside window light is more? Can you just tilt little bit? And make sure all the other all our faculty members come into the frame. And sir, my whole team wants to say hello. Ma'am, once the camera is ready, please on the video. So make sure the background lighting is not too strong so that the faces are visible. And our whole team has been connecting with the students, and our students are also so proactive, sir. I will be sending you certain videos that our students have created to invite personally all the participants here. I would like to, yeah, ma'am, all the other team members also can gather behind you if it is possible. Whoever is available. I think 2-3 people are not there. Ma'am, you can. Okay. Okay, because I didn't inform them, I think they're not prepared, so there's a hustle bustle going on. But yes, I would definitely like to say this is a great opportunity, and my students were, ma'am, we could have met him physically, and I said, as the pandemic is there, sir could not come here, but definitely in the near future we'll be meeting sir personally. And I think our office is open, and our ma'am, can everybody come behind? Yes. Hello, everyone. You can say hi to Babar Ali, sir.
Hello, sir.
All my dedicated team members who work very hard, whether it is pandemic or holiday or class day, they all work relentlessly. I'm very proud of my team members. Thank you, one and all there. Thank you, ma'am, for showing us all. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Right. So moving forward, and we precisely said we will have all the conversation, and I think many questions are still coming up. Maybe as there's a shortage of time, so we will post you the questions separately, and we can send a reply to the participants. As I can see, still it's popping up. The questions are popping up. But thanks a lot, sir, as we have to follow the time constraint, and we are very happy that you spend your one valuable hour with us and inspire the young mind. I'm very, very happy. I request Murli sir to convey his message to sir.
Thank you, Mr. Babar.
You can propose a vote of thanks.
Thank you very much. We are actually looking forward for your personal visit to Mysore. Eagerly looking forward. All our students, faculty, they're all really want to see you in person once again. So we are all waiting for your visit to Mysore. Thank you very much. I thank all the students and faculty, all the people who participated in this event. Thank you very much. Without your participation, it's meaningless. Thank you very much for your wonderful participation. As Madam announced, we'll be doing such kind of events by week, one event. So next event is on July 26th by Mr. Nishant Kumar Gautam, the chairman of All India Corporate Council for Skill Development. So I hope all of you can join for this event and also spread this word among everybody. And as I said that we'll be launching 2 initiatives. that is learners mentor learners and learners teach learners. So more details about this will be shared by our team to all of you. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining. Thank you, Babar. Namaste.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you
Take
all.
care. We are all
Thank
looking
you.
forward for your visit.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you, one and all. So we'll
Thanks to Ram here.
Yes.
Ram, our learner digital platform architect. Where is he, Ram?
He's a very shy person. He never wants to be on the camera, always off the camera. But definitely all thanks to
Thanks
Mr.
to
Ram
all
and
the
Mr.
people.
Krishna, both of them.
Yes, yes.
Ram and Krishna has helped us to achieve this. Thanks a lot to both of them and the whole community here. Otherwise, this event would have not been successful. Thank you, and Babar, thanks a lot. So, okay, Ram
Okay,
is
Ram
here.
has come here. Ram has come here.
He's Mr. Ram.
He's-
Babar Ali sir, is Mr. Ram, very talented, shy boy.
He is the one who built our learners digital platform.
Thank
Hi,
you.
sir.
Very happy to know. Very happy to know. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And we were hearing your presentation. It was very impressive, sir. It was very impressive.
Thank you. Thank you.
And a lot of motivation for the young generation, sir.
Let's see. Thank you.
Thank you all, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your presentation
Thank
and the time
Thank
you have provided. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ram. And
Thank
so let us sign off and hope so we'll be meeting sir in person. Hope so, no, I'm very sure sir has promised us. Once again, we'll have a big gathering where personally we can talk and ask more questions without any
Sure.
time limit. So, okay,
See
sir,
you.
then we sign off. Thank you.
See you.
Thanks.
Thank
Yeah.
Yes.